Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're having a great day. Your old buddy Tim back in the Revolved Realty studio for another little video for you. Today we are talking about the one thing, probably more than anything else, that torpedoes a lot of real estate deals. This is that one thing that will put the fear into sellers and quite often into buyers. And what is that one thing? The dreaded I word, inspections. Ooh, just the word makes me shiver a little bit. And again, here's why. Very rarely do I see anything that can make a real estate deal go south like an inspection, particularly a bad inspection. Now, that can be a bad inspection that probably could have been done a little better by the inspector, maybe. Or it may just be a bad inspection where there are a lot of bad things wrong with the house. So I want to address both of those things up front because I have friends who are inspectors. I work with a lot of inspectors. I have great respect for inspectors. I would not be an inspector. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. So make no mistake, I am not blasting inspectors. I'm not talking bad about them. They are paid to do a job, and most of them do it very well. Now, by the very nature of their job, the inspector is paid usually by the buyer of a property to go in, inspect that property from top to bottom, side to side, backwards, forwards, and identify anything that may be an issue going forward. Now, that could be issues with the roof, the HVAC, the hot water heater, the foundation, the plumbing, anything. Inspectors are paid good money to go in and inspect and find and point out every little flaw in a property. And I say that somewhat tongue-in-cheek because I do kid with my inspector buddies that, gosh, you guys, y'all really dig deep. Well, they do because that's what they're paid to do. And if they don't do their job correctly, if they don't deliver a good inspection report, or I should say a thorough inspection report, they could be held liable going forward. So that's what they're paid to do. They're paid to inspect, to find flaws, potential flaws, and report those back to the buyer of the property. That way the buyer knows going in what could be or could not be problems. Now, why are inspections so important here in Alabama? Well, we are a buyer beware state. Caveat emptor, which is Latin for if I can screw you, I will. Basically, that means that the buyer beware. The seller does not have to divulge anything that he knows could be an issue with the home. That could be everything from structural issues to electrical issues to plumbing, all the way down to the fact if someone died in the house. Caveat emptor, Alabama. That means buyer beware. So it is up to the buyer to determine if there are potential issues. And when it comes to the house itself, not necessarily the history, but the house itself, they do that with an inspector. So when you put in an offer on the house, the inspector is going to go in. He's going to do a thorough inspection. He is going to deliver a report. Now, guys, let me talk about these reports a little bit. My inspector buddies, holy wasted paper, Batman. Do inspection reports have to be so long? I have seen inspection reports that are 75, 80 pages long, and I'm not talking about detailing issues with the house. I'm just talking about it's like they are just packed with fluff information that nobody reads, nobody cares. I see this a lot, especially with the franchise inspectors, because they have these boilerplate templates that'll, 8 pages on the effects of temperature under the house. Look, all I care about, honestly, when I get an inspection report, I go directly to the summary because that's where they're going to detail what really matters. Okay, so when you have this done, the inspector is going to deliver a report, usually a very long-winded, overwritten report, and then it should be up to your agent to take that report and determine what are the true issues of concern with the house. Now, a lot of inspection reports, I mean, they detail everything from nail pops to issues with the age of the HVAC to plumbing issues, that sort of thing. What I do with my clients is I'll take an inspection report and I'll figure out, okay, what's really the issue we need to concentrate on here? Okay, I'm not going to concentrate on silly little things like the basement toilet is not screwed down tightly. You do this, guys. That's it, you know? And here's where things fall apart a lot, because a lot of buyers will get these inspection reports and just lose their minds. And that is because they get a 100-page report, and all of a sudden they think, oh my God, this house is literally falling apart. When in truth, there may be a dozen things that they might want to worry about. So what I do is I will take that inspection report, I'll pull the summary out, then I will categorize, okay, electrical, plumbing, roofing, foundation, etc. Is this really an issue that needs to be addressed? Because not everything in an inspection report is a legitimate repair request. A lot of times the inspectors are just making observations. You know, HVAC is 15 years old, should be checked out by certified HVAC guy. That's not a repair request. That's just saying, hey, your HVAC has some mileage on it. You might want to get it checked out. So what happens a lot of times are agents, God love you, you know who you are. Agents will just take those reports and send them to clients without even going through them and trying to prioritize anything. And a lot of times that will just put the fear of God into a buyer, and they'll go, holy crap, I'm not buying this place. It's falling apart. If you are an agent who does that, you are doing a disservice to your client, the buyer, and to my client, the seller. All right? Because what you should do is take that report, pull out the summary, and then out of the summary, determine the issues that are legitimate repair requests. Now, I got to say this, and I'm going to tick some people off here, but I don't care because it chaps my butt. There are a lot of agents who will take that inspection report, they will go to the summary section, and they will cut and paste the entire summary section into a repair request, even though a lot of the items in that summary are not legitimate repair items. And what they do is they will then send that 4 or 5 page repair request to their clients, who are going to freak out. If they don't freak out, they're going to sign it, and they're going to want every little thing in that repair request done. Realtors, if you are one who just does a cut and paste out of a summary and an inspection report, and then just put repair, replace in front of every line, you are doing everyone a disservice, and you need to stop that. You are scaring your client. You are raising their expectations as to what needs to be repaired with the house, and you're just lazy. That's it. Call the association. I called you lazy. It is what it is. So you get the repair request. If you've got a good agent, they will go through that repair request. They will identify those items that are actual legitimate repair request items. They will prepare a repair request, and then that is sent over to the seller's agent, who will then look it over, determine what is legitimate and what is not, get with the seller, and then the seller will determine how much, if anything, they are willing to do. Now, here's some things to keep in mind. Just because you put it in a repair request does not mean it's going to happen. Sellers are not required to fix anything. You can submit a repair request, and the seller might go, I'm not spending any more money. I'm done. Well, then it comes down to you. Are you willing to purchase the house without those items being repaired? More importantly, is your lender still willing to make the loan? Because especially if you're doing a VA loan, VA does require that a lot of repairs be made. And if that's the case, the VA has the deciding factor, but still, it's up to the seller. They can fix nothing. They can fix all. They can fix part of it. They can offer you a cash concession in lieu of repairs. So there are a lot of options there. The repairs are a negotiating point, just like everything else in real estate. But I guess here's my bottom line. I am seeing so many deals fall apart because inspectors are a little overzealous. The report that we get is too inflated. The agents that are taking those reports are not doing their jobs. They're not really identifying what are real repair issues, and that's scaring the buyer, and it's ticking off the seller. And it has to stop. My God. So there you go. I guess the moral to this is inspectors do a great job for the most part. Real estate agents do a great job for the most part. But don't let an inspection report and a request for repairs torpedo your deal. Because at the end of the day, when you break it down, focus on what's really important. All right. Again, I have seen repair requests that have things like, toilet in basement bathroom needs tightening down. I saw one missing screw in outlet cover in third bedroom. Okay, fine. But legitimate repair requests. You know, in real estate, we focus on what are called the paragraph 4 items. Those are the major systems: electrical, plumbing, HVAC, roofing, the major systems that need to be functioning before this house is sold. All right. Those are the ones that we focus on. Asking someone to repair a privacy fence. That's not really a legitimate repair because it has nothing to do with the health and safety of the house. Asking them to do some landscaping, asking them to clean out gutters. Guys, those are not legitimate repair requests. And I do know that some realtors will argue with me, but usually those are the realtors that do the cut and paste out of the summary. So argue away. All right. So anyway, just keep a level head. Look at the actual report. Look at the things that are important and negotiate. Be flexible. Be willing to do what you have to do to keep your deal going forward. Hey, let me tell you something. If you want my assistance when it comes to your real estate deals, I'm always available to help. You can give me a call anytime. But I want to mention 2 of my sponsors that are also integral to the process. The first one is going to be Stephen Allen and his team at Caliber Home Loans. Stephen is, in my opinion, one of the top mortgage brokers in town. He knows the business like no one else. He can tailor your mortgage to suit your needs. He and his team get it done quickly, professionally. And if you mention to Stephen that you heard about him here on the video, he is going to do your home appraisal for free. That's about a $400 hit right there. The other sponsor is Stan McDonald and his team at Jacob Title. We call Stan the hometown closer because he closes so many deals for us here in our little hometown. If you mention to Stan that you heard about him on the video, he's going to knock $100 off your closing costs. And as I said, if I can do anything for you, give me a call. I am more than happy to work with the inspector to decipher the report, to get things done, manage the entire process so you don't have to worry about it, whether you are a buyer or a seller. Okay? So give me a call, 256-679-0704. You can find me on the web at revolved.com. Of course, I'm all over Facebook, or you can shoot me an email at tim@revolved.com. All right? That's it. Get out there. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.